Hello, and welcome to Songwriters in the Round. I'm Aaron Tornberg, and I'm here tonight with, on the left, Gary Blanchard. Everybody give Gary a round of applause.
Thank you all.
And in the middle is Ralph DeFlorio. Everybody, let's hear it for Ralph.
All right, Ralph.
And on the right is Chuck Williams. Let's hear it for Chuck Williams. So what this is going to be is we have Songwriters in the Round, and it is going to be 7 rounds, 1 song each. So if you can multiply, you can get to 21. That's how many songs we'll be doing tonight. We are at One Broadway Collaborative, which is a new venue. It's a venue and collaborative music workspace where musicians come together to collaborate and enjoy playing together and all that good stuff. So we have 3 great songwriters who will tell you more about themselves. Gary Blanchard, Ralph DeFlorio, Chuck Williams, and we're going to start tonight with Gary Blanchard. And if you want to know more about One Broadway Collaborative, go to onebroadway.org. It's onebroadway.org, and you can find out all kinds of information like upcoming shows. You can donate for the nonprofit organization that we are, and we also will be giving some of the donation to the artists. We'll be splitting it with the artists tonight. So if you enjoy the show, please donate via onebroadway.org. And thanks, and without further ado, take it away, Gary.
All right. When I turned 40, I decided I'd write a song about getting old. Of course, that was 30 years ago. I started my journey. I was young and naive, quick to ask questions, quick to believe. Gave myself freely, for I knew I was bound to receive. As I got older, I learned to adjust, learned to ask questions, and learned to distrust. Learned very quickly that life was unjust. The lesson here was quickly learned. You play with fire, you get burned. Now I am older, I long for the time when my body and soul were back in their prime. Hope sprang eternal, all of my thoughts were sublime. Now I'm not longing to recapture my youth, but I find myself longing to recapture the truth. Facts are like smoke and they cover the truth. Now I think it's time I start to find the truth inside my heart. As we travel on our journey, the lesson we forget to learn is to remember where we're going, so we remember to return. I find myself wondering what the next road will be. Where will I go? What will I see? I find myself hoping the next thing I see will be me. Will be me.
my aging song. This is called Old as Dirt. You might think I'm past my prime and all my best days are behind, but you'd be wrong as wrong as wrong. Yeah, I may be old as dirt, but I'm not done yet. Yes, I have my share of gray, but that don't mean I'm about to fade. I'm not walking off in the sunset. I may be old as dirt, but I'm not done yet. I would not write me off so fast. I'll show you how I'm made to last. Listen up and don't you forget. I may be old as dirt, but I'm not done yet. Yeah, I have dreams, ones and new. So much more I need to do. Listen up, I'll tell it on these frets. Maybe old as dirt, but I'm not done yet. You might think I'm past my prime and all my best days are behind. You'd be wrong as wrong as wrong gets. I may be old as dirt, but I'm not done. Maybe old as dirt, but I'm not done. Maybe old as dirt, I'm not done yet. Thank you. I haven't heard that. No, it's kind of new. This is actually an older song of mine. This is from 2010. And it was based on a poem that Terry Finch from out in New York State had written. Goes like this. To capture lightning in a bottle is like chasing a shooting star. Feel the world turn the throttle and wander ever so far. Ride a bullet through the fire and see what can't be seen. Be a twister spinning higher than chase an evil queen. To surf a molten lava stream in the glow of a darkened night. To hear the dreaded banshee scream. Feel the sting of a vampire's bite. Take a rocket ride to Mars and live there for a year. Believe in life beyond the stars and never show your fear. Lightning in a bottle is one thing I've never seen. Can't be caught by anyone. Is it just a dream? To cross the wastelands of the mind aboard a laser beam, to look out time and time and time, just once upon a dream, to hear the ocean as it roars, waves crashing endlessly, be an eagle as it soars above the tallest tree. Lightning in a bottle is one thing I've never seen. Can't be caught by anyone. Is it just a dream? To know there is but so much time to finish what we start. To know we share this life sublime from birth until we part. So dance along without a care, letting all see you as you are. Capture lightning in a bottle, it's like chasing a shooting star. Lightning in a bottle is one thing I've never seen. Can't be caught by anyone. Is it just a dream? Is it just a dream? Is it just a dream? Thank you. I think it's Gary next.
Yeah. And I just want to point out that I have never heard that song before, but the song that I was doing next sounds like I stole it from you.
Really?
Instead of soaring eagles, I've got a soaring raven.
There you go.
I can hear the distant thunder. I can sense the coming storm. I want to fly to a place that's welcoming, a place where I can be safe and warm. I'll follow the flight of the raven. I want to fly through the deep green forest. I want to soar through the mountain high. I want to let the sun wash over me as I travel the clear blue sky and follow the flight of the raven. raven flies through the fields and forests. The raven's flight is bold and free. The raven flies with grace and wisdom, showing life as it's meant to be. So I'll follow the flight of the raven. Thank you.
No, I don't think you stole that. It sounds pretty original to me.
Yeah, no doubt. You have anything with birds in it?
Well, I do, but I think I'm gonna just stay with the getting older theme for a moment here. This is a kind of a new song from a few months back, and it's interesting how a small little thing can kind of lead to a song. And that small little thing was a friend of mine was playing a song, and it was a jazz song, and he had this kind of cool chord change that went from the one chord to the flat 6 major, so in other words like a C to an A flat, and I just heard that, I go, and that whole thing led to a song using that one change. So this song is called "It Don't Matter Anymore." This and that, pretended to know where it was at, but I never knew for sure. It don't matter anymore. I used to have to come in first. When I didn't, there was nothing worse. Score, for it don't matter anymore. It's funny how things do change, how life seems to get rearranged. I won't complain, for it don't matter anymore.
next song is a song that I wrote with this guy right next to me, Ralph DeFlorio. We wrote this at a music camp up in Winnipesaukee, New Hampshire, in a workshop put on by Brooks Williams, Cousin Brooks.
Yeah, Cousin Brooks.
It's called Country Queen. Down in Missouri, she lives all alone. She puts on her jeans and the Rolling Stones, puts a little rosin on her bow. Now she's ready to play her next show. It's a matinee down on the strip. Stage lights are on, she'll play all her hits. Tells the same jokes, smiles on cue. It's just what she's paid to do. Yesterday she turned 28, made her a big old fiddle cake, same as last year, tears her apart. She's a country queen with a rock and roll heart. At Ruby Tuesdays, in 1 year, Lou says, KT, what's with the tears? And she says, what builds fans up is what tears me down. Babe, it's time to paint this town. Yesterday she turned 28, made her a big old fiddle cake, same as last year, tears her apart. She's a country queen with a rock and roll heart. But she orders 2 jacks, then another one. Says, I hope tomorrow won't ever come. The Lonesome Doves rock the beat. She leaves her blues in the back seat. Yesterday she turned 28, made her a big old fiddle cake, same as last year, tears her apart. She's a country queen with a rock and roll heart. Down in Missouri, still falling apart. She's a country queen with a rock and roll heart. Thank you.
All
He
right.
and I, we spent a better part of a week on that.
Yeah.
You know, a couple hours a day just tweaking it, and there's a whole storyline that goes behind it. But always.
The coolest thing for me, besides the finished product, was, I didn't really know Chuck at the time, and we just happened to randomly be in this class. And I'll tell you, when you spend a week writing a song together, you really get to know each other.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah. Fast friends. Gary.
All right. Well, I live in central west Massachusetts, right by the Quabbin Reservoir, and I'm a transplant. But it hit me that 4 towns were completely destroyed and people's lives uprooted to give Boston drinking water. And I wrote this song called Lost Towns. Once there were families bustling around. Once there were farmers tilling the ground. Bankers and bakers, teachers and schools, preachers and sinners, politicians and fools. But the people of Boston needed water to drink. That's not more important than hill folks, I think. Lost towns and restless souls, buried under the water. Lost hopes and empty dreams floating away. Floating away. Lives were uprooted, buildings torn down, bodies and coffins moved from the ground. Houses were emptied, lives were displaced. 4 towns disappeared, their memories erased. Prescott and Field were hidden from view. Greenwich and Dana disappeared too. Lost towns and restless souls, buried under the water. Lost hopes and empty dreams floating away. Floating away. The waters of Quabbin are bright blue and still. The green grass and pine trees grow on the hill. Nature abounds in this beautiful place. The wonders of Quabbin will fill you with grace. As you ponder the beauty, just think of the price. Remember the losses, the sacrifice. Lost towns and restless souls, buried under the water. Lost hopes and empty dreams floating away. Floating away. Thank you. 1930s, late 1930s.
Mind of their own. I want to let you know I'm here by putting your guitar out of tune a little bit. But it's usually better if I put it back in tune. Okay. I would like to do my first time I've ever played this song. This is a brand new song, just written. And Hank Williams is one of my favorite songwriters, and I just love the way he can get right to the point. And I think maybe my favorite song by Hank Williams is this song called Mansion on the Hill, which is just 4 verses and just amazing poetry and combined. And so that song is the source of this song, or at least the inspiration, the starting point. And this is called That Is Where the Light Comes From. I was listening to Hank Williams play Mansion on the Hill. Someone got stuck in a life unfulfilled. Though sorrow draped the telling, his dream was not done. That is where the light comes from. So low down, restless feeling hanging in the air, heading down that lost highway of despair. That long road makes us exit near the horizon. That is where the light comes from. Where the light, where the light, that is where the light comes from. Midnight train keeps rolling as the lonesome wind cries. All's lost tears from all the years gone by. I got off and found my way as this guitar strummed. That is where the light comes from. That is where the light comes from.
Nice.
This song is called Steam Train Maury. Steam Train Maury was a hobo that was from my hometown of Toledo, Ohio. Back in the day, my grandfather worked for the railroad and had a house right across the street from a freight yard, and that's where the hobos used to hang out when I was a kid. That was my first exposure to that. Over the years, I had heard about Steam Train Maury, and when he passed away, I believe it was in '99, there was an article in the Toledo Blade, and from that article, I wrote a song about Steam Train Maury. Had a little bit of little bit of a childhood fantasy in it. Thinking that I actually met Steam Train back then. I did not, but I certainly learned a lot about him when I went to the Hobo Convention a few years back. And he was the king of the hobos 5 times over. And kind of strange that you hear something like that, but the hobos have a foundation. They have property in Britt, Iowa. They have a festival every year, and it's a pretty cool deal. So anyway, I was happy to hear from Missouri Slim recently, and they're trying to get me to come back out there next year. But this is what started it. This is Steam Train Maury. Think of the right song. Steam Train Maury was his name, a drifter through and through. Walked along the freight yards wearing holes in his shoes. Slept under a willow, crossed the station at the field. Had no aspirations, had his heart if they were deal. Times were different back then, easier it seemed. Had nothing but a pole sack and his traveling dreams. Wandered near the tracks, using what he could. Never harmed anyone, was always doing good. Every year we'd watch for him as winter turned to spring. When he'd come back, seemed the birds would all sing. Ambled through the neighborhood for odd jobs as they were. Where he ever came from, well, no one was sure. Done it all early in life, told his tale as it was. No reading in between the lines, laid it all down with trust. True stories were all he had, no mysteries were there. As we were told, he didn't have a care. From Toledo to Tacoma, in search of the golden spike. Never met a soul that he didn't like. From Boston to Bayonne, riding the steel rail. All across the country, spinning stories, telling tales. In the year of '99, as steam trains made their call, spring turned to summer, then the leaves turned to fall. Never saw Maury again, lived his life on that track. And all we ever found of him was an empty bindle sack. Now all of the vagabonds sit around that cooking fire with stories about Maury that surely would inspire. And off in the distance, a westbound whistle blows. It was calling Maury, king of the hobos. Thank you, thank you. It's one of my wife's favorites, too.
So So here's a song I wrote for my wife about our 20th anniversary of our meeting. And I usually do this in open D, and I don't think I've ever played it in standard tuning, so I'm liable to screw it up. Remember just like yesterday, the first time that we met, how the sun shone like a halo in your hair. We walked along the fairground and I handed you a rose and wondered if I really found you there. I didn't hear a symphony, but a song rose in my heart. I felt like I was walking on the air. Your words were deep and magical. They opened up my soul. I never felt so warm and so aware. Time moves on and years go by. So much of life has changed. We travel on, never do arrive. Through all the years and changes, and all that's come and gone, my love for you is still alive. As I look into your eyes, the years just melt away. My heart glows like it did so long ago. A warmth flows through my body, and a longing fills my soul for the greatest love a man could ever know. Time moves on and years go by. So much of life has changed. We travel on, never do arrive. Through all the years and changes, and all that's come and gone, my love for you is still alive.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Right. Well, I have a few things to say about this song. I'll try to keep it brief. One is, listen, folks out there in our worldwide audience, put some pressure on those senators to get the climate change is a big issue right now, and you know, we got $500 billion earmarked towards improving it, and so that's really, really important. This song here is written with my friend Chuck Williams a couple years back, and the way this song came together, I used to commute into work on went by Walden Pond on the commuter rail, and so I sort of got this idea from that and brought it to Chuck, work in progress, and Chuck had some really fantastic thoughts and ideas, and we kind of are, I think, very much on the same page on a lot of things, and this is a song that is really easy to write since we didn't really disagree about anything.
No.
I'm sorry if my guitar falling out of tune. I should have dissipated that and got new strings, maybe. There we go. All right, so this is Walden. Heat comes early, it's a hot July day. Haze hangs heavy, 100 in the shade. Free ride shotgun on this morning train ride. Looking at Walden with tears in my eyes. Well, the headlines tell we're going down fast. Train is falling and I'm leaning back. Double speak rain, so plain to see. Looking at Walden with tears in my eyes. Build, baby, build, they said with words of pride. What's called progress is orchestrated lies. Will those greenbacks build highways in the sky? Looking at Walden with tears in my eyes. Recall a feel of a cool summer breeze rolling through the morning, soft and free. How it made me feel so good to be alive. Looking at Walden with tears in my sweat on my brow and chill through the bone, thinking that maybe I ain't got no home, wondering if hope is about to run dry, looking at Walden with tears in my eyes, looking at Walden with tears in my eyes. Looking at Walden with tears in my eyes. Nicely done. Oh, that's cool. That's I was thinking about that song in the last few days, wondering whether I should pull that out of the closet, but I'm glad I chose not to. I got to hear you do it.
Well, just to let you in a secret, I had 2 songs in that slot. And I said, if Chuck plays that, then I'll go with the other one.
Well, now that you've played that, I've got to play my climate song. This is called Take It to the Other Side. And I wrote this with Michael Troy, who passed away in 2015, and Steve Ribeiro was also a member in that room, and he unfortunately passed away 2 years later, both of them from cancer. But we got this song out of a little session that Michael was doing with us. He got together some songwriters back in January of 2015. And I think he just wanted to pass on a little bit of knowledge and help people out. And he asked me if I had any ideas for a song, and I said I wanted to write something about climate change and, what have we done and what, that type of thing. So this is what came out.
Where are the blue skies we used to know? Lost in the yellow haze when the wind don't blow. Crystal clear waterways used to flow. Gone with the Indian and buffalo. In purple mountains, the air is clear. Down in the valley, fields of fear. Apple and apples change day and night. Forsaken garden, something ain't right. Get on your high horse and ride, 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 and take us to the other side. Tundra's melting, glaciers flow, and we water rises. Where will you go? Polar bear starving, a fall from grace. Mother Earth has changed her face. Get on your high horse and ride, 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 and take us to the other side. New generations see what we have seen. Can we keep this planet safe and green? Will we drift away in rising waters? What will there be for our sons and daughters? Once we were whaling for oil and bone. Now we find them grounded in seacoast foam. In another country, there's another drought. The ground is drying up and burning out. The world keeps turning, and so do we. Have we turned our backs? We should have seen, written in the stars, hidden in the light. What haven't we done? Something ain't right. Get on your spaceship and fly, fly, fly. Take us to the other side. Get on your spaceship and fly, fly, fly. Take us to the other side.
Oh, thank you. That was fun.
Okay, and I'm going to keep with the social issue theme, but a slightly different issue. I noticed how many people seem to have opinions about who people should and shouldn't love. And I decided that the heart has no reason. He met her at a meeting, had 90 days of being dry. She was minding his own business when she finally caught his eye. Though together they had struggled, together they find victory. Others may judge them, but it looks like love to me. The heart has no reason, love has reason of its own. It's not our place to question what the seeds of love have sown. She met her in the classroom, saw her there on opening day. And she knew that when their eyes met, the girl just took her breath away. They decided not to hide it. They showed their love so openly. Others may deny it, but it's a love that's meant to be. The heart has no reason. Love has reason of its own. And it's not our place to question what the seeds of love have sown. I met her at the art fest. I read the book that she had done. And I knew that from that moment, something great had just begun. We had so many things in common, though we came from worlds apart. 30 years we've been together in a joining of the heart. The heart has no reason. Love has reason of its own. And it's not our place to question what the seeds of love have sown. Thank you.
Right. I feel like the high maintenance guy on stage tonight. I'm always looking for the right harp, and having put my guitar in a different tuning last song, I gotta bring it back. So this would be, everybody can do a little tuning break here if you'd like. You can join me in the tuning. I don't have any good tuning jokes, like that kind of joke that some people do when they're tuning. They just sort of make it a fun event to listen to 5 minutes of tuning.
You know, you can always say, well, we tune because we care.
Yeah, I know. Or that, there's a few others. I won't go.
Some of them are no longer politically correct.
That's the one I was thinking of. Has to do with the country, right? Okay. All I'll say about this song is also a new song from this year called Standing All Alone. Standing all alone, leaning against the wind, here as I watch the night closing in. Listening for a train, whistle as it moans from the edge of that long ride home. Looking down the line, crossroads in my view, there's no way out, only straight through. My
knows what's been. My mind wants to see what comes next and where this all leads. May these days be blessed with light, love, and song. May they shine on, shine on, shine on. May they shine on, shine on, shine on. May they shine on, shine on, shine on. Standing all alone, leaning against the wind, here as I watch the night closing in.
I've got to say that I'm really jealous that you can remember songs you just wrote. The only thing I can remember are songs I did 30 years ago. The new ones I need a cheat sheet for.
Yeah, well, you're assuming I got all the lyrics right.
Yeah. Sunday, I'm in a show in Fall River. It's called the 6th Annual Music of Michael Troy Show. Michael passed away, I mentioned it back in 2015. And I thought I'd take the liberty of doing one of his songs. I was fortunate enough to write a few songs with him, and those will follow as well for the rest of my round, I believe. So this is the song that got his whole career started. It's called Talk Radio. Pour a cup of coffee, pull up a chair, turn on talk radio. It's 5 o'clock and the birds are up and there's really no place to go. Every other week I do my time in the unemployment line. I just thank God for this government cheese and these friends of mine. I raised 2 children in the south of town, down below the hill. The wife and I put 'em both through school, working in the mill. Now the wife is dead and the kids are gone, and I'm existing still, like the granite block that harbors space upon the hill. I started work when I was 16, young and eager, wet and green, a lean, mean laboring machine, consumed in American dreams. Yet in those golden years, you gotta feel like what it means. I got a son in California, got a letter that says he's fine, got a picture on my dresser, got medals all in a shrine. The youngest was a rebel, wouldn't follow protocol. My first son's name's in Washington upon the wall. I
started work when I was 16, young and eager, wet and green, a lean, mean laboring machine, consumed an American dream. Yet in those golden years, you gotta realize what that means. Away, they fly away, like robins in the fall. When the grass is gone to hay, we stay behind. In God we trust, they'll return in the spring if they haven't turned to dust. There's a dozen wars or so going on all the time. In every creed and color, some father's son lay dying. Pour a cup of coffee, pull up a chair, turn on talk radio. The old timers are picking bones. I don't feel so all alone. I started work when I was 16, young and eager, wet and green, a lean, mean laboring machine, consumed in American dreams. Yet in those golden years, you gotta realize what that means. Away, they fly away, like robins in the fall. When the grass is gone to hay, we stay behind. In God we trust, they'll return in the spring if they haven't turned to dust.
That's a rich song.
Michael Troy. Yeah, he's a remarkable songwriter, was a remarkable songwriter, and our challenge has been, through this annual show, is to keep his musical legacy out there and in the process maybe help out his alma mater of a high school a bit. So we've been doing that for 6 years, modeled it after his CD release of I Am American back in 2015.
Cool. This is the title song of a CD that I just released last week.
Oh, cool.
You can ask Siri and you can ask Alexa to play it for you. It's called Welcome to Wonderland. Welcome to Wonderland. Don't try to understand. Things can get quite out of hand in Wonderland. You are running and then you fall. First you are big and then you are small. Then it feels like you are nowhere at all. Then you think that you are everywhere. Welcome to Wonderland. Don't try to understand. Things can get quite out of hand in Wonderland. The caterpillar on his mushroom throne, the grinning cat who won't leave you alone. First he's there and then he's gone, leaving nothing behind but a smile. Welcome to Wonderland. Don't try to understand. Things can get quite out of hand in Wonderland. The Mad Hatter serves you some tea. Then you can't believe what you see. You think you are you, then you think you are me, then you think that you are everywhere. Welcome to Wonderland. Don't try to understand. Life can get quite out of hand in Wonderland. In Wonderland. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you may have noticed in the last song I played, I had a little bit of a catastrophe, which was I had my harmonica upside down. And when I got to the harmonica part, it wasn't quite doing what I wanted it to do. And I try to think upside down sometimes, but didn't quite get there. So I'm going to make sure for this song I've got it in the right spot. It's amazing. Last weekend I played back-to-back Saturday and Sunday 4-hour gigs. Must have played like 70 songs, and never had this problem with my harmonica. And here I am tonight, harmonica upside down. It happens once in a while. It's sort of like...
Or worse, in the wrong key. You
Or
put the
that's
wrong.
happened too. So, well,
Been
Chuck,
there, done that.
thank you very much. Yes, I want an F harmonica for this song, and that's right where I am. And hopefully all is going to be good. All right, this is a song from a couple years ago called "Dream Those Hard Times Away." Sundown comes round, darkness coats the ground, empty feelings seems they're here to stay. I just wanna lay down and dream these hard times away. Midnight invites heartache and hindsight. I'm left with less than nothing to say. I just want to lay down and dream these hard times away. Dreams arrive like gentle tide. They slip in slow, then take hold. Sometimes they show another side, then let go come the morning sky.
hard times away.
I think we've all had a dream in one of our songs so far tonight. This is a short little song. It's called Pet the Cat. This is something that Michael Troy also wrote.
There's me back home, there's me on the road, there's me in the twilight, under stars untold. There's me on the mountain, there's me on the road, there's me in the hearth, there's wood in the hole. Gonna light me a fire, gonna strike me a match. I'd leave this world, but I'm too attached. Gonna plant me a field, gonna hoe a row, scatter some seed and watch it grow. Will you wait for me? I'm coming home. Just a call away on the telephone. Another hour in another state. You hold that row until you get it straight. There's a big fat cat out on patrol between me and the cheese in that cubby hole. Got a hole in my stomach, got an empty plate, but you stay downwind when you fat cat bait. Will you wait for me, trim and true? Got some calls to make and chores to do. Another hour in another state. I'll hold that row until I get it straight. Well, there's my house and there's my street and there's my sauce and hat to eat. Well, there's my house and there's my street, there's my life and something good to eat. You know, I've been away too long when I can't wait to mow the lawn. I'm not a farmer or a businessman. Make ends meet, you do what you can. I've been through hell, I lived through that. If I don't die, I'll pet the cat. Will you wait for me, trim and true? Got some calls to make and chores to do. The road is lonesome, the cheese is fat. You say a prayer, I'll pet the cat.
Say a prayer. Wow.
So this song I wrote back in the 1980s, sitting in my Baltimore apartment on a snowy day, and the mailman brought me a postcard from a friend of mine that said, "Leaving London, going to Paris." Well, I always wanted to go to Paris, and I figured if I can't go there, keeping with the dream theme, I could at least dream of Paris. Snow is falling on the city street. Clock is ticking at a steady beat. People running to escape the cold, while the wintertime is taking hold. The season sits like a hunter, awaiting to snare us. I sit here alone, dreaming of Paris. In my mind I am far from home. My body's stuck but my thoughts can roam. The Louvre, the Arch, and the Eiffel Tower call me with their drawing power. I come to my senses feeling embarrassed, lost in my dreams, dreaming of Paris. Sitting at a sidewalk bistro, sipping on a coffee I lay, looking for a mademoiselle to be coming my way. One of these days I will break these chains, pack my bags, set out on a plane. No need to leave behind a new address. If you wanna find me, you won't have to guess. You will find me not knowing what even a care is. Living my dreams, living in Paris. Sitting at a sidewalk bistro, sipping on a coffee I lay, talking with that mademoiselle who's coming my way. Parlez-vous français? Thank you.
Does anybody know what round we're on here?
This is it.
This is it.
Oh, this is it.
This is Final Jeopardy.
Fine. Well, Aaron says we can do more. If you want to do more, I'd let you do more. What do you guys want to do?
I think this would be good for the night.
Good for the night. Okay. We can do that.
My brain's taxed remembering lyrics at this time of night.
Not to mention, some of us have a drive home.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Everybody. I'm just so used to these bluegrass jams that go on and on.
Oh,
and on
yeah.
This was a big year for me. 2021. It's the. I should introduce this song by telling you that this is probably the oldest one that I've done. It goes back about 5 years. I worked at this university that was celebrating its 200th anniversary, and I got involved with the project to do the displays and tell the history of the school, and it just got me thinking that there was a lot of people that have come through the doors over a lot of years, and at that point I had been there for quite a while, but I was at the point where I'm thinking, at some point I'm gonna walk out that door, or as I say in my song, cross that line. And it's just sort of the contemplation about what comes next when you make the next move. And so that's what this last tune of mine, this is sort of evolved this year into my last song, is called Tall Grass Laid Low by Sleeping Deer. Someday I'll leave it all behind. I'll cross that line, move on from here. I think I'll find it'll be like tall grass laid low, laid low, laid low by sleeping deer.
sleeping deep. Sunlight dancing, dancing on the waves as the day fades and stars appear. Road goes on, I don't know where. Time moves straight towards that next frontier. I think I'll find it'll be like tall grass, laid low, laid low, laid low, laid low, laid low. Laid low, laid low, laid low, by sleeping deep.
That's another one you wrote up at camp, wasn't it? Yeah.
Started there, anyways.
Well, thank you, Aaron, for having us tonight. It's
Yeah, Aaron, big applause for Aaron. This is an awesome place.
One Broadway Collaborative.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming. It's been a great evening. We have had some people watching online, so hello to everybody out there. And we have a video up, so hopefully people will see it even after we're done. So I'm going to put up at the end of the show, we have onebroadway.org as our website. That's onebroadway.org. It's up on the screen now. And we're going to close off with Chuck Williams. So let's hear it, Chuck.
This song is called "Higher You Climb," and this is one that I wrote with Michael and Steve Ribeiro. Again, we had quite a good week that week, and Michael had asked me if I had another idea for a song, and I had told him that I always wanted to write a folk version of a country song. You know, like, you lose your dog, you lose your cat, and all that kind of stuff, and you just kind of play it different than the country way. So this this is what came out. Fell on hard times, but I'm not out yet. Yes, I'm down with no regrets. Seen that long unemployment line. There's no job that I can't find. Get up tomorrow, gonna give 'em hell. Be first in line to ring that bell. And if they say, got nothing for you, I'm gonna tell 'em just what to do. 'Cause I'm down, but I'm not out yet. Not rock bottom, I'll take that bet. A long way up to the top. The higher you climb, the farther you drop. I got no money, I just got time. I'll be your friend if you be mine. Feeling better now that you're here. Not rock bottom, let's have a beer. 'Cause I'm down, but I'm not out yet. Not rock bottom, I'll take that bet. A long way up to the top. The higher you climb, the farther you drop. I had a house, I done lost that. I had a car, I had a cat.
I had a dog we couldn't feed. Not done yet, we're just in need. Gotta find that dog, I'll apologize. False security and all them lies. Feeling better now that it's long, and all that's left is this damn song. 'Cause I'm down, but I'm not out yet. Not rock bottom, I'll take that bet. A long way up to the top. The higher you climb, the farther you drop. The higher you climb, the farther you drop. Thank you, and thank you again, Aaron.
Yeah, and thank you to all of you. Let's hear it for Gary Blanchard on the left there. And Ralph DeFlorio in the middle. Thank you, Ralph. And Chuck Williams on the end. So Gary Blanchard's website is garyblanchardmusic.com. Ralph DeFlorio, you can find him at ralphdeflorio.com. And Chuck Williams, chuckwilliamsmusic.com. So you can locate all these great musicians, hear their stuff. And if you want to check out what's coming up at One Broadway Collaborative, go to onebroadway.org. And you can also sign up on our website for the mailing list. And you can find out about all the events coming up on a regular basis right in your inbox. But the website does have all of the events as well. So thank you all for watching and listening, and have a great week. We have Thanksgiving coming up next week, which we will skip the Friday night Songwriters in the Round because I have a feeling people will be away. And I want to have Thanksgiving too. So what we're going to do is on the 3rd, we're going to have Beth DeSombre, Aaron Ash Sullivan, and Rick Allendorf. They'll all be here again to do Songwriters in the Round, and we have lots of others coming up on the weeks after that. We will also be taking off the week of Christmas and New Year's. Then we'll be every week Songwriters in the Round after that. So if you want to play on Songwriters in the Round, please email me at director@onebroadway.org, and if you want to perform, I'll be happy to talk to you about it. And that's about it. So thanks again, guys, and everybody have a great week.
Thank you. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
See y'all.